Welcome to my second video of understanding serial killers. 102. 102. Anyway, let's look at the 4 types of serial killers as laid out by an FBI forensic psychiatrist or psychologist. The visionary, the one that believes that, he is out to punish or rid the world of a certain group of people, be it prostitutes, another race, a racial minority, drug dealers, or whatever. One example is this guy, I can't remember his name, but it was Joseph something. He killed 12 black males who dated white women. Now that that's covered, we'll move on. Like hedonistic serial killers, these are the kind of guys who, like Jeffrey Dahmer, for instance, who want who want power, not power and control, but they want something to gain from the murder, be it sex, their necrophilia, cannibalism, or finance or economic, or whatever. Next we have power and control. These are guys like Ted Bundy. They like to terrorize their victims. They like to see them scream in pain. They like to see the terror in their eyes. They like to hear their begs for mercy, which of course go unheard. Which of course they don't listen to and kill their victim. And finally, we come to the 4th category, which is like visionary. These are people who believe that they are on a mission from God, Satan, or whatever, kind of like David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, or Richard Ramirez. And they believe themselves to be the instrument of God, Satan, or whatever divine evil force is commanding them to do things. And also, another thing that is worth noting is that serial killers do not kill people they know normally. It's very rare. BTK and Tommy Lynn Sells were exceptions. And it's also very rare for them to go outside. As I said in my last video, it's also very rare for them to go outside a certain zone, a very specified zone. Tommy Lynn Sells and Ted Bundy were exceptions to that rule. And also, some serial killers are created kind of by accident. They, for example, Tommy Lynn Sells and Andre Chikatilo both fall into that category. They didn't go out with the intention of killing anyone when they killed their first person. But it was kind of that something enraged them and they killed that person, and they quickly found they were addicted to murder. And that's what happens. They often most of them become addicted to murder. They like the rush, the thrill. And it may feel differently how each serial killer feels that particular high, because not all highs are created equal, not all highs feel the same. But judging by how they view that is how they go on. That they just want another high, they want another hit, they want another injection, they want to get fucked up. And also, why do they often have types? Like Ted Bundy liked co-eds, Jeffrey Dahmer liked, and John Wayne Gacy both liked young boys and men. Gary Ridgway liked hookers and runaways. The list just goes on. I mean, you got a few of them, like, Richard Ramirez, or the son of Sam, or, Tommy Lynn Sells, who will just kill anyone that happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. And they are typically a little, they're typically a little nuttier, a little more delusional, and maybe less intelligent. There are exceptions, but anyway. And what's also very scary is that a lot of the traits that make serial killers are in all of us. Like, they often develop prejudices against a certain type of person, and like kind of like racism. Like, they get angry at women and all that stuff, and they want to kill women because women have treated, because of the real or perceived slights that women have, you know, imposed on them. Alina Warnos had a distrust of men because she was raped a few times, and she began to resent men and all that shit. And it's like a lot of racists and a lot of, you know, people who don't like religion, homophobes. It's really scary that these traits are so common. And anyway, another thing is that serial killers often have like one kill before their, sometimes years before their killing spree, the real killing spree starts. Like, you know, they might kill someone, like Gary Ridgway attempted to kill a 6-year-old boy when he was 16 just to see what it felt like to kill someone. And Ted Bundy is suspected of abducting and later killing a 6-year-old girl named Anne-Marie Burr. Jeffrey Dahmer killed an 18-year-old when he was 18. And there's a few other examples of this. And it just goes on and on and on. Also, as I said in my previous video, serial killers rarely use guns. There are a few that have, but they rarely do, because they like it up close and personal most of the times. I mean, there are notable exceptions to examples where serial killers use guns, but those are the minority, not the majority. And you know, another thing is that, like, if you look at, for example, Richard Ramirez, he was a visionary and a mission-oriented one, because his goal was like that of a spree killer more than a serial killer, because he wasn't killing the same person over and over again. He was killing basically the world one person at a time. And I guess you could say the same thing for the Amish school shooting, because he killed 6 Amish girls, and he was obviously trying to kill the same person again and again and again at once. He killed the same person 6 times, basically. And supposedly it was something to do with Amish girls when he was 12. It was some incident when he was 12. He never really specified what it was, but I guess a lot of people will assume it was because of Amish girls, but we will never know the truth, because the only man that can answer that, the only one that can answer that, shot himself. And it's really, what we find is that when they did an autopsy of John Wayne Gacy, they looked at his brain. They found no abnormalities in it whatsoever. And to me, that is really frightening, because, I mean, no abnormalities. There's nothing off about his brain, nothing wrong with it. That is very frightening, because, you know, it just goes to show that these things walk silently among us, and they're all around us. And we often, and yes, a lot of serial killers were abused as children. There's a lot of, you know, fucked up things that go on in their childhoods and afterwards that lead up to them killing. So just watch a few documentaries and you'll see what I'm talking about. And you probably didn't need me to tell you that. Well, that being said, there is much more studying you can do aside from watching this video. I hope you will do so, because there is just so much more that if you can be covered. By no means, if you're into forensic psychology, don't just watch this video. I just covered the basics. And if you want to go to the advanced class, watch a few documentaries. But anyway, I hope you like this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you can, leave a donation. It's for a good cause. See y'all later.